Hello and welcome to Take Time. I'm your host, Patrick Marlett. Today we're taking a look at a watch nicknamed the Nurdle, a nod to Seiko's own 6306 and 09 Turtle Series diver. Where this was intended as a compliment, I feel it does a disservice to the watch. This is the Nodus Avalon. Before we begin the video today, I'd like to mention that this piece is only being lent in for review, so a special thanks goes out to Wes and Cullen for sending both of these pieces my way. Now, as I do with all of my reviews here on the channel, I like to start with the bad and then move on to the good before giving my final verdict on a review item. So without further ado, let's talk Avalon. The Avalon features a fully CNC'd 316L stainless steel case with a screw-down crown at the 4 o'clock position for a water resistance rating of 300 meters. Up top, we have a double-domed sapphire crystal with blue AR coating on the interior, accompanied by a matte ceramic blue bezel insert, which is fully loomed. And if a matching bezel insert isn't your style, each model variant will come with a stainless steel insert alternative. The dial, handset, and bezel will feature Swiss Super Luminova C3 X1 Lume. Beating inside the Avalon's case is a Miyota 9039 that has been regulated in 4 positions for time accuracy. The total package will include the watch head, bracelet, a Nodus watch roll, cleaning cloth, and warranty card for 24 months on receipt of purchase. My first bad note is in regards to the dial, more specifically how the hour markers were executed. You'll notice that from 1 to 12, the hour indicators are all nearly the same exact scale. For me, I found it difficult to distinguish the time at a glance. It would have been nice to have those slightly enlarged markers at 12, 3, 6, and 9 enlarged even further to maintain that same dial symmetry and aesthetic, but make it easier to establish them apart from their neighboring markers. The look of the dial here is lovely, but I did find it difficult to read from time to time. Now, another feature on this watch that's perfectly lovely but lacking in some refinement are the end links. These simply do not look to belong with this design. The end links featured here share no details or style cues that would make me believe they belong on this watch head. As a matter of fact, they themselves disagree with the case by jutting out near the lug ends, with a mild protrusion that does not follow the lines provided by this elegant case. The Nodus's H-Link bracelet itself is excellent, however the way it greets the case is not all too flattering. Now, with those nitpicks aside, what we have here is a design far superior than its aforementioned inspiration, the Seiko Turtle. I have had this watch in hand for a few months now and can easily state I haven't the slightest desire to own another Seiko Turtle. I do, however, desire a Nodus Avalon, or other equivalent. This case makes for one of the most attractive modern dive watch designs I have seen in recent date. Its dramatic curves, sharp angles, and glistening high-polished details prove that you can have high-end finishing and case craftsmanship without the price tag. The bezel on the Nodus Avalon is another 120 clicker. However, it's one of the most deliberate I've had in hand. It snaps into action and with perfect alignment, might I add, to the minute markings of our matching chapter ring. Speaking of the bezel, the luminance found here and on the dial and handset are on par with any Seiko I've ever seen. The Super Luminova C3 Grade X1 lume applied here is both long-lasting and bright. It provides an impressive glow from the moment darkness falls. Let there be no concern, lume junkies, you're getting your money's worth here. We have a flip lock button release clasp on the Nodus Avalon's H-Link bracelet with several layers of micro adjustment to ensure the perfect fit on pretty much all wrists. And speaking of, here's what the Nodus Avalon will look like on a 7 1/4 inch wrist for all of your admirers, and when you are going to admire it, it's gonna look a little something like this. In conclusion, if you were looking for a modern alternative to the run-of-the-mill divers that are made available in the sub-$700 range, and didn't want yet another homage or Seiko diver, we have a competitor with one of the most interesting, original designs and bang-for-buck factor to boot. Nodus's Avalon isn't a Seiko turtle lookalike. No, the Avalon is what the Seiko turtle wishes it looked like. Again, my name is Patrick Marlett, and thank you for the time.